Our phones just kept ringing and texting and Facebooking. I'm like, how in the world does this happen? I mean, we just took a picture. I'm like, this is memories. I mean, this don't happen. It's kind of cool. I think we need the man here.
And here he is, Tim McCoy, bringing a whole new meaning to beer on ice.
I don't think you could get your beer any colder, Tim.
Oh, they were cold. They were cold. Best place to put them, I guess.
For Tim, how he got in this position isn't why you'd think.
Hey, I'm from Indiana, and it's like I love to ice fish. So that was my closest next best thing to ice fishing. So I figured I'd just get up there, sit down, and have me a beverage.
Oh, you aren't going to catch anything.
Nope, I didn't catch nothing, but a cold.
What he did catch is a drinking partner who's getting a kick out of her husband's viral picture.
Hey, and Tim could be a spokesperson for the bush.
Unfortunately,
Oh, crap.
Carolina ice fishing can only last so long. But his love for the bush
Bush.
and his newfound fame has landed him a new name we all can toast to, the Iceman.
There was like this big hurricane, and then there was like a flood, and then rain came in.
But it wasn't strong enough to drown out the family traditions
See how big the table is?
of the Blakes.
Who wants bacon? My father wanted a family house for everybody to come and enjoy. And that's the reason the house has 5 bedrooms and you can sleep 4 or 5 people in each room because the families were
You can't
big.
keep turning your head or your head's going to look funny.
I think he wanted to build one the way he wanted to build it so that the family would always have it.
From mischief
You want to see what's happening?
to togetherness.
You want to say the blessing?
Gary Blake says Hurricane Matthew didn't come close to breaking this bond.
When he passed away years ago, he wanted to make sure that it carried on. And so it was inherited by me and my 3 brothers to carry the tradition on. And we hope to let our kids inherit it someday.
A table with 18 seats is the only original piece the hurricane left in the home built 33 years ago. But while the children who grew up here
You want some apples?
now bring their own children to the table,
With peanut butter on them.
some conversation topics
And we're going to the beach today.
don't change.
Is your boyfriend going to be there?
Gary's daughter Kristen watches her nieces do as she once did.
We've run up and down the hallways, and we had the Easter Bunny come, and we had Christmas would come, and Granny would have a tree up.
Last year was the family's first Christmas, not in their North Myrtle Beach home. 2 months before, the North Carolina family found out it would be a while before they were back.
I swear that's your house on TV, and I was like, what are you talking about? And she said, I know it is. It's got the Blake sign. I know that's your house on TV. And
After watching the news, Gary Blake was here 4 days later, looking at the home's extensive damage.
We used to have original 12-inch wide pine board flooring custom. It warped up to like 8 inches high in places, and so we had to tear all that out. It actually took them 3 days.
The flooring, the least of the damage. But for the Blakes, it was a no-brainer on what would be done next.
I was down here at least once a week for like 3 months.
Rebuilding what he helped his father build years before. The family now spends time in a newer model, almost unrecognizable. And the family,
Thank you, God, for daily bread. Amen.
continues the Blake tradition for many more years to come. It may be the Southern cookin' bringing people in the door, but as good as the fried chicken is,
All right, guys, we got more music coming up.
it's not the only thing
5 more minutes. Gospel music, amen.
bringing them back.
I love it, I love the people, I love, kids. And, I love my job, I put my whole heart in it, 150%.
I've seen people leave here crying because of his godly voice.
God on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. God on the mountain, where Jesus Christ is born.
You can be sad, and he builds you up and makes you know that God loves you irregardless.
Where Jesus Christ is born.
If Simply Southern Smokehouse is Isaac Collington Jr.'s church, he's preaching happiness and hope to his congregation.
I had a young gentleman, and he was really, going through this moment. I mean, sadness, and I started singing a song. I was singing "Amazing Grace." Amazing Grace. Me singing "Amazing Grace." He came over there. And told me, "Man, thank you for singing that song. I was going through something really, I was just going through a hard time. And by you singing that song, you really touched my heart."
It's the business Isaac is happy to be in after being saved by grace himself.
I've been shot at, stabbed, cut up, everything. I was living out in the streets for like 8 months, but I got so bad on crack cocaine. And, by being out in the streets, I seen a lot of stuff.
It lasted 6 years.
Until one Sunday morning, I went to church, and I give it up. I told God, I said, "God, I want you to change my life. I want you to take this away from me." And he came to change my life. How sweet the sound.
And here he is, 36 years later.
Believe God that he'll, work it out for you. Because he can't do it all by himself. You got to meet him halfway.
Isaac has fostered dozens of children with his wife and even adopted one as his own. There's no telling how many hundreds of children's days he's brightened with his many talents. How did this all start? How did he find the courage to sing every day and the love to keep it going?
I used to take a jam box with me everywhere I go. Well, one day I asked the boss, I said, "You think it'd be all right? Can I sing?" He said, "Oh, that would be wonderful." So that's how, that's when I started singing.
And he can't imagine his life any other way.
It's a different life, It's a beautiful life. I love you guys. I love you.
With your good news tonight, I'm Meredith Helline.
I love you. I love Jesus.
Oh, he's the sweetest guy.
Entertaining for sure. Always fun. People come in and they know it's like about time for George to come in. They won't sit there because they know that's his favorite table.
He usually has his veteran's hat on, and he'll take it off and put it on the opposite seat where he's sitting.
Been in 2 wars. He's proud of that.
They sort of try and reserve it a little bit for me. I told them not to do that. I mean, first come, first serve. I like to see who's working in the kitchen. I like to see who's making it.
You want me to warm up your coffee?
No, I'm good.
George is a man of routine. For 8 years, he's made the Highway 501 Eggs Up Grill his second home. George comes every day to see his girls.
This is Katie, and that's Cindy. She's not here today. It's her day off.
His girls gave him a family picture for Christmas this year and another for his 92nd birthday.
Almost all of them got a tattoo somewhere on their body. I said, "Did your mother know that?" She said, "My mother had them too."
Don't let his age fool you, though. A taste for home-cooked food and an attitude to boot. His girls, his dog Shadow, and his Buick.
All the 15,000 miles are from my home to here. My home to here.
They all have a special place in George's heart. But the seat across from George hasn't always been empty.
We'd sit over in them tables over there, or the booth, one of the booths over there. And she'd always order the pancakes. My God, them pancakes big around as that plate.
The tradition began with his wife, Jean.
She was my first girlfriend.
They came in together and everything, and she was the love of his life.
2 peas in a pod.
On a trip, she was reading road signs for me. No, we go this way.
And 40 years of love.
True and honest. Yeah, there's a lot of things I could say about her. They were all good things.
Until he sees Jean again one day, he kept the beloved dog she picked out.
And I'm glad I did. By myself, I'd be gone.
Shadow, his trusty Buick, and his girls. A life you could hang your hat on.